안녕하세요. In this video, we are going to learn closely connective 어서 and 아서. 어서 and 아서 have two main functions. One, it gives a cause or a reason. 재미있어서 한국어를 배워요. Because it is fun, I learn Korean. Pay attention to the word order. In English, you will say, I learn Korean because it is fun. However, in Korean, you need to say the reason part before the main clause. Therefore, it becomes 재미있어서 한국어를 배워요. The second function is to list actions in chronological sequence. This is actually explained in more details in Grammar 12.1, but I'm going to include in this video. Let's take a look at the example sentences. 극장에 가서 영화를 봤어요. This sentence will sound awkward if you translate as because I went to the theater, I'll watch the movie. Sounds weird, right? It should be I went to the theater and then watch the movie. Let's take a look at one more sentence. 친구를 만나서 저녁을 먹었어요. I met a friend and then I ate dinner. As you can see, the second clause, 저녁을 먹었어요, can take place before the clause 1, which is 친구를 만나서. That's why these two sentences can be replaced with 가고 and 만나고. There's subtle difference in meanings, and this difference in meaning will be explained in more detail in Grammar 12.1. There are a few things to remember with 어서 and 아서. 1. Tense does not appear with 어서 and 아서. For example, if you want to say I could not go because I was busy, you should say 바빠서 못 갔어요. Instead of 바빴어서 못 갔어요. Notice that the tense only shows up at the end of the sentence, not with 어서 and 아서. Therefore, 어서 and 아서 is tenseless. 2. Main clause could be omitted. If someone says, 왜 한국어를 배워요? Why do you learn Korean language? You can simply say, 재미있어서요, instead of saying, 재미있어서 한국어를 배워요. Notice that 한국어를 배워요 part is omitted and you just add 요 after 어서. Let's go over conjugation. I have 4 sentences here. Let's see if you guys can figure out the conjugation rule. 늦어서 미안해요. I'm sorry I'm late. 어제 못 가서 미안해요. I'm sorry I couldn't go yesterday. 매운 음식이 좋아서 한국 음식이 좋아요. I like Korean food because I like spicy food. 재미있어서 한국어를 배워요. I learn Korean language because it's fun. If the last word has o or a, then you need to use 아서, and anything other than o and a, you need to use 어서. This is the same conjugation rule as the polite ending form. So 어요 and 아요 and 어서 and 아서 have the same conjugation rule. One of the grammar in Korean 102 is to express obligation, which is equivalent to have to and must in English. To express obligation in Korean, you need to say 어아야 하다. Notice that this grammar also has 어 and 아, right? Therefore, the conjugation rule will be the same. 많다 becomes 많아야 해요. 먹다 먹어야 해요. 있다 있어야 해요. 공부하다 공부해야 해요. So remember, whenever you see this 어 and 아 in the grammar box, you can sort of figure out the conjugation rule. It will be the same as the polite ending form. Let's practice. 있다 will be 있어서. 춥다, 추워서. 걷다, 걸어서. This is a irregular, right? 디귿 irregular. 비싸다, 비싸서. 살다, 살아서. 복잡하다, 복잡해서. Let's do some translations. I ate Korean food because it is delicious. How would you say this sentence in Korean? 맛있어서 한국 음식을 먹었어요. As mentioned earlier, you need to say 맛있어서. You need to say this because part before the main clause. Next sentence, I stayed home because I was sick. This will be 아파서 집에 있었어요. Although tense shows up twice in English, in Korean it just shows up at the end of the sentence. 아파서 집에 있었어요. Okay, last sentence. I went home and slept. 집에 가서 잤어요. This is the second function of 어서 and 아서, right? Listing activity or event in a chronological order. 집에 가서 잤어요. Okay, that's it for this grammar. 수고했어요.